afternoon, and welcome to the show. This is the Matt Wallen Show with the real deals, Ike and Brad. How are you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. What'd y'all do last night? Sit around, watch some hoops?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Thunder game when it got interesting. I kind of stopped paying attention when it looked like they were going to lose. Started doing, responsible stuff like homework, things like that. But then watched most of overtime and the end of the game, and I got to say, the Thunder got really lucky.
Same here. A little Thunder basketball. I watched a little bit of the OU game also, but
OU, yeah.
Other than that, just relaxed last night, really.
Yeah, sounds like a good night. We'll jump right into it. The Thunder, you always think they're about to turn a corner. I thought they were when they played the Heat. Defense looked good. Not able to do it. And this is just a characteristic of it, watching what happened in New York last night. I understand Madison Square Garden. Porzingis should not do what he's doing, though. Let's be honest.
He's good.
Yeah, Porzingis, he's been really good, but he wasn't really the reason they made it so close last night. I'll bring this up again later because I have a point I wanted to make, but you look at the defense and every wing player for the Knicks shot well over 50%, aside from Aflalo, who had a horrible night shooting. I don't know what was up with all the post-ups. I guess he's like, well, Carmelo's out. This is my time to shine. I'm going to be, Kobe Bryant in 2005, in the triangle offense, posting up every play. But he just brick after brick. But aside from that, the defense was just atrocious on the wing last night.
Totally agree. Aaron Aflalo just didn't play well last night. I don't know what was going on. But Langston Galloway, that was a surprise factor for the New York Knicks last night. He actually played really good, finishing 21 points last night. He was
I noticed you say that about Aflalo, but he had 17 points still.
Yeah, but I thought that Aflalo was that was going to be their key.
Yeah.
Last night. I thought the offense was going to run through him. He was going to get big and, score way more than, how many you have? 17?
17, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a bad night, I would say, for him. But the Thunder's defense, though, there's not a word to describe how bad it is. Horrific does not do it justice.
Yeah, I think there was one play where, I don't remember who it was, there was a high screen, and there was just miscommunication between Westbrook and Adams, and it gave up a wide open layup, and you just can't have that at this level. It was like something you'd see from a high school team. It was ridiculous. I don't know who should have. I don't know if they should have switched or if they should have fought through or whatever. But it was really, really bad, and it's really sad to see.
Or even the putback dunk. That Porzingis had last night. It was just like they were all just looking at it and not even trying to box out or just play high school type defense, Yeah.
Especially when that's what Porzingis is known for, put back Porzingis. That's what people have been calling him. So you got to watch out for that.
Exactly.
If you look at the end of the first quarter, the score was OKC 38, New York 34. Where is the defense?
You can't have that. Well, one thing I will say, guys, is we all, I turn on the radio, I look at, newspaper articles. We all like to rag on Roberson's offense. But maybe him getting hurt for a couple weeks is the best thing for his career. Maybe people will start seeing, hey, this guy is the one, is our stopper, because Durant didn't stop anybody, nobody else on the wing. Waiters did okay on Aflalo, but that was more of him, again, just the weird post-ups, which made no sense. Maybe people start appreciating, hey, maybe we need defense. Maybe we have enough scoring,
Does it bother you that now that Roberson's out, that Anthony Morrow's now getting minutes?
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
No, this is why it bothers me, is I think Morrow should be getting minutes
regardless.
Exactly, yes. And that's what bothers me. It takes Roberson being out
to put our best three-pointer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand, but really, to say anything positive about last night, Kevin and Russell, they, not the best defensive game, but offensively they did great. It was another historic Madison Square Garden type performances, between those two, both getting double doubles last night, big points. So.
Oh yeah, Kevin, we got to give Kevin props. He had 40 points. Russell had 30. Kevin, man, 14 rebounds as well. Good night for him.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's disturbing about that, though, is because coming into the season, with all the new pieces like Cantor and Singler and Morrow and Waiters, we're supposed to say, okay, in the past it's all been about Russ and Kevin, right? You might have a bad night or whatever, but most nights you're going to win because Russ and Kevin are amazing. They're awesome. But here we have the bench not doing anything, which is what's always been the problem with the Thunder. Cantor was 0 of 6. Payne had a good night. He was 4 of 7, 12 points. But Singler had 2 points at 13 minutes. Morrow, he only had 7 minutes, which he needs more. I mean, this season was supposed to be a departure from the Russell and Kevin show. But it's been so inconsistent with the bench that it's still been the Russ and Kevin show for most games.
And that's a 4-year, $16 million Enes Kanter, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Just referred to as Cantor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And people know what happened. And Ike, you and I were talking about this before the game. You think about it. The Thunder could have been the Warriors before the Warriors.
Exactly.
They could have, because listen to this, because, as you point out, we listen to sports talk all the time. We listen to other people talk. And a valid point made was it could have been, because this contract that they gave Cantor, they didn't want to pay Harden the money.
Oh, gosh, don't get me on this soapbox here.
But let's just think about this. We could have had Westbrook. We could have had Harden.
Reggie Jackson.
No. Just let me finish.
Okay.
Could have had Durant. At the 4, could have had Jeff Green. And then you could have had Ibaka at the 5.
No, I'll do you one better. You got Westbrook, Reggie Jackson, James Harden at small forward, Durant at power forward, Ibaka at center, and then you got Green coming off the bench. Because we drafted Reggie Jackson.
Green wasn't coming off the bench.
Green wouldn't come off the bench. I think Reggie comes off the bench, but
was actually coming off the bench
when Green was here, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, think about the small ball lineups you could have done with that. We still could have had all those guys. We can talk about who would have started. I mean, this is all, what a hypothetical. But, I mean, Westbrook, Jackson, Harden, Durant, Ibaka, Green. I mean, they made such a big deal about having, you got to have role players and stuff. I mean, you could have, 36-year-old Ben Wallace or get a veteran or somebody to come in like.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, Nick Collison.
Nick's the ultimate role player.
They made such a big deal about getting an enforcer and a defensive, center. I mean, get a veteran. I mean, with those guys that they drafted, I mean, you're going to outscore people. You're going to be just
someone
fine.
Like Kyle Singler.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be just fine. I mean, I promise most games you're going to win with all that star power. I mean, it could have been Showtime Part 2 in OKC, but I think it's going to be a long time. One of those for 30 years, we're going to say, man, what might have been with the Thunder, and that just makes you sick.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. What makes you more upset, the defensive performance or the fact that Kyle Singler had 13 minutes and Morrow only had 7?
Oh, my gosh. Well, they're related.
Yeah.
With Singler, they want him to be their 3-and-D type player, but I mean, it's just not there. It's hit or miss. At some point you got to recognize what you got and say, okay, Singler and, whoever, they're not the player we thought they were. We need to figure out a new identity.
We'll take that $5 million that we're paying him here back.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you with Singler not being that two-way. That's what we ultimately need, really, is that two-way type of player, that two-way type of guard. We need to go out there and just try to look for something like that. I mean, we have scores. We don't need any more scores. Obviously, we can score. So we need to just, try to pick up somebody who's a two-way player. Who is it in the league? I mean, there's numerous people. I personally wanted a follow. I wanted somebody like that could play the two guard and, can score, but also can defend at will. So.
That brings me to my next question for you. Do the Thunder need to make a trade?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who do you get and who do you want to get rid of?
Here's the thing. The most valuable asset they have that they would trade would be Cantor. But with his contract that Portland gave him, the offer sheet that he signed, it has a trade kicker. So I hope that wouldn't hold them back if the right deal comes along. Personally, maybe they should embrace the small ball thing because, we just talked about it. I mean, the Thunder's been one of the better small ball teams when they've gone to it in the league, and I don't know why they don't embrace it more.
Who should they go get then? That's my question.
I would like to see some combination, like if you could go out there and get like a swingman type who could play 2 through 4, like a Nick Batum or Wesley Matthews type player. Maybe not those guys specifically, but somebody like that who could play at the 3 or 4 with Durant, who can play defense.
Who are you saying?
What about Trevor? Trevor
Ariza, I don't.
What is his contract?
His contract, I think he makes about $12 million a year. So Houston.
We'll look it up here in the break.
Yeah, Houston would have to throw in a little something if you're trading like Cantor, for example. But I mean, he's been so good for Houston. Would they even be willing to part with him? I mean, the Thunder would have to give up, a pretty good amount of assets to get Ariza. I mean, I plan on looking at this more in detail, but yeah, I'm
sure this will be an article in the Vista. Right?
Oh yeah. I'd like to see, instead of to bring in Cantor when you're only going to play him 18 minutes. That's just a little strange, is it not? And especially when you're paying him a max contract money, that doesn't make any sense. So
18 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying somebody max money, I mean, they need to be playing at least 25.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's on the low side.
Yeah, exactly. At least 25 to 30. I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I would like to see them bring in more wing players and maybe embrace the small ball more and play Serge Ibaka more at center.
Okay, before we go to break real quick, final question on the Thunder. It's on my mind. When do we eventually start to hold Presti accountable for the moves that he's made?
I mean, that's the million-dollar question. People don't want to say it for whatever reason, but I mean...
Well, I know what reason. I mean, people don't want to say it because he's kind of been successful. We've had successful trades. We have successful drafts, so they're like, obviously he knows what he's doing. But right now we're kind of questioning, like, what's going on in the offices up there? What are they talking about? Are they trying to produce a championship style squad, Because like everybody knows, this is Kevin's last, year under his contract. I just don't want to see Kevin, like, at the end of the season kind of pissed off at the organization
and leave.
Yeah.
Because what happens to the legacy if at the end of the season Kevin Durant says, I'm out?
Well, I mean, it was a failure. And what I want you guys and anybody listening to look at is, after the Perkins contract, starting then, look at the moves that this front office has made. How many have been good and how many have been bad? Because when I look at it, I won't go into it completely. It's been mostly bad. I mean, it really has. Aside from drafting Reggie Jackson, developing him, I think Mitch McGary was a good pick, but a lot of the trades and a lot of the decisions
McGary doesn't even play, though.
Yeah,
unless
exactly.
It's scrub time at the end.
Yeah, then that's another thing. But, I don't know if that's more coaching or who's really in charge here,
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes I feel like Presti is really the one coaching the team because you'll notice, like, the people that – it's like they put a value on players and you don't understand why. And it's like, where's that coming from? Like, why are they so infatuated with Singler, with Waiters, when, both of them will regularly, pick up fouls and just make horrible plays and shoot 2 of 13, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, why is this guy on the floor? Like, it's not, you can't, blame Scott Brooks anymore. And Billy Donovan is, from all appearances, a really smart basketball mind. So who's really calling the shots and saying these guys need to play? And, who's putting the value on these players that don't deserve that value?
Yeah, I agree 100% with this, and I think it needs to be something that's figured out quick. The season is, where are we? We're past the halfway mark. Yeah, we are. All-Star weekend's coming up, Valentine's Day weekend. Thunder have a key matchup coming up, February 6th. Against Golden State,
Do you like Waiters starting? Did you like that last night?
I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, we'll get a better idea.
No. Personally, no.
For me, we'll get a better idea over the next few games. I mean, last night he played well. What did he have, like 14 points? And
it's the Knicks.
He shot. I know.
It's the Knicks.
What did I just say? I said we'll see what happens. But with Waiters, I mean, I think when he plays next to Durant and Westbrook, he knows, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am, and I'm going to facilitate.
No. You know what's going to happen is when he gets with the Knicks, and I like Waiters. I think Waiters is a good player, but I want him coming off the bench. Because guess what? When he's on the court and he's not getting his shots, the offense is going to stop once he gets the ball. And he's going to do his own thing, try to get his own shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing about this. I mean, there's really no good answer as to who the Thunder two guard should be.
I believe his name is Anthony Morrow. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I could be wrong.
But you really want a good defender next to Westbrook and Durant. I mean, Westbrook, his defense has been well documented. You need somebody that is going to play defense in the backcourt. I think Morrow's defense is lacking. I mean, we all love him. We all love his passion and the way he plays, but I think Morrow's defense, I think it leaves a lot to be desired. But so does Singler's, and Waiters is hit or miss on his defense. I think there's really you can make a decent argument for any one of the guys, but it's just it's a mess at the two guard position, in my opinion.
Well, I agree. We got to go to break right now. We've talked way too much long about this subject. It's 2:16. Stay with us. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. And we're back. It's 12:21. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show on U Central Radio 99.3. Well, guys, we just got done talking about the Thunder, and that really opened up a can of worms for us. No one's happy with the way things are going. But one sport that is trending up for one university here in Oklahoma, basketball. OU's doing really well, but the Big 12 as a whole playing amazing basketball.
Yeah, the Big 12 looks really strong. I think we'll have a big preference, or big, what's the word I'm looking for? Big presence.
There you go.
Big presence in the tournament, and a great representation of the conference, which is kind of a contrast from football, as much as we don't like to admit it. But yeah, we'll see.
Are you telling me we're becoming a basketball league?
I mean, it looks that way, doesn't it? I mean, anytime,
it does. It does.
Not to get on the college football for the Big 12, but I mean, the Big 12 has the longest championship appearance drought in football. I mean, if you think about it, the last Big 12 team to play a national title game was Colt McCoy's Texas. So, but we won't get on that. And then, the first Big 12 team to make the playoff gets beat by 20 points when they were favored. So, not good. But yeah, basketball.
We don't have any womp 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 music for
womp,
you.
Womp womp. There we go.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah, maybe we are becoming a basketball league, and maybe it's time to embrace
it.
5 ranked teams in the top 25. I think that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And they're all beating up on each other.
And it's like a cycle. We're all beating up on each other, and it's kind of scary, But that's what it takes to be, a great conference,
In y'all's professional opinion, no biasm, whatever, being biased at all, would you say after losing in Iowa State, Oklahoma should stay number 1?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The way we went down into Waco and won, Like, if we would have went down into Waco and lost by 1 point, then it just showed that, okay, this 2-game losing streak, OU doesn't deserve it. But the way that we went down there and beat up on them, and, I just think that who else? I mean, North Carolina, don't get me wrong, North Carolina has been playing great. I think they're on a 12, 13-game winning streak, I believe. I might be wrong, but I would give it to OU just because of the conference that we're in. Yeah, we lost to Iowa State, but it was in Ames, which is one of the hardest places to play in today's college basketball world. And going down to Waco, which is also not an easy place to play, and, getting a great win. And then just last night, how we were supposed to beat Texas Tech, and we did. We did. It wasn't really a nail biter or anything,
Oh, no, they had control of that. I was at the game last night, and it was a very good game. And there was at one point, they were shooting 70% from 3.
Awesome.
Holy cow.
And a lot of analysts love us. That's another thing. Like,
and that bothers me a little.
I know, just because of football, yeah. but that's who's voting. So I think we should stay number 1.
I saw a coach from somewhere, maybe it was Iowa State. Somebody asked him about OU, and he said, that's Golden State of college basketball.
Well, you think about it.
Yeah. The three-point shooting,
they play small.
Yeah, they play small. I mean, he said
Iowa said for the longest time they're not going to be able to win a championship, well, even a Big 12 championship, with Spangler being the tallest person on the team.
Right.
Spangler's 6'8".
Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember who it was. We said that's Golden State. So I thought that was really interesting.
That's an interesting point to make. I know we're backtracking, but we said we'd look it up at the break. Ariza is making $8.1 million this year. He'll make $7 million the next 2 years.
The biggest question is, I mean, I haven't really kept up with the Rockets, is would they be willing to part with him and what would they want? As far as I know, I mean, the Lawson experiment at point guard hasn't worked out, and Patrick Beverley is not really a facilitator. If you're the Thunder and you want him, you know, we have to, you know, you can't come up with one-sided trades. You probably have to give up, you know, like a Cameron Payne or a Mitch McGarry.
I don't think they're willing to do that.
I don't think they're willing to do that, but
Do you
that's what
think
you'd
they
have
could do
to
it
do
for
to get
DJ?
Ariza. What?
You think they do it for DJ?
They wouldn't want DJ. They would want
Payne, I know, but I'm saying, could you swing it with DJ and a draft pick?
No, I mean,
Well,
I don't think so.
I don't know. Are
because
they going to want to rebuild? They fired their coach.
I just don't know. I mean, Ariza is older. What is he, like 34 years old, 33? And then, I mean, you could make an argument that Ariza's been their second or third best player.
Ariza is currently 29 years old.
He's 20. He feels like he's been in the NBA for like 10 years. I mean, when did he win the title with the Lakers? I guess he was only like 20-something years old against the Magic. That was a while back, man. So, I mean, he's still a good age, right in the midst of his basketball prime. Probably going to start trending downwards in 2 to 3 years. But, yeah, if they could make a deal for him, that'd be great. I just don't see
it happening.
I don't see it happening. I don't think the Rockets want to get rid of him, and I don't see how the Thunder would be willing to give up the pieces necessary to get him. I remember when he was with the Wizards, I wanted the Thunder to get him so bad, but the postseason performance that year with the Wizards was what got his values too high to where Thunder couldn't pay him in free agency.
Sorry that I brought that up.
Yeah,
we jumped ship. But going back to college basketball, is this the year Kansas loses the Big 12? They've won it 11 straight years.
I think they do. I think you have to look at the field. You know, I think this will be the year.
As an OU fan, I do think that Kansas will lose, but I can't guarantee that OU will be the one to win. Yeah. That's how powerful this Big 12 conference is this year. I could see Iowa State going all the way. I could see Baylor, maybe
West Virginia.
That's another.
You're on the rise.
That's another team that we're overlooking. Yeah, that's a great team.
Bob Huggins, man, doing great things in Morgantown, West Virginia.
I am ready. I am totally ready for the Big 12 Conference championship. Absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Who do you think? Because if I look at this right now, I'm trying in my mind to set up who's going to be the team that's going to make the upset. Who's going to find a way to upset one of these ranked teams? Because it happens all the time. If you think about it, OSU beat Kansas. How in the world does OSU beat Kansas?
I believe that's like their third time in a row to beat Gallagher.
In Stillwater?
Yeah.
Well, OU almost lost to Gallagher, too. Yeah. Jeffrey Carroll, the bank was not open.
The bank was not open.
Just another team that I wouldn't sleep on. I think Kansas State could turn the corner.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think with this, too, the schedule comes into play as far as asking who's going to, who could go on a roll and take this Big 12 title. I mean, I'd have to take a better look at the schedule. But, I mean, yeah, anybody could get hot. In basketball, it's all about streaks, right? So somebody could go on a real hot streak and take this thing.
Is Buddy Hield the player of the year?
I think we're going to find out this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Big 12 SEC Challenge. I'm about to look up the matches, but OU versus Ben Simmons at LSU. We're going to find out.
I'm ready. I'm so ready. And Ben Simmons, I do not hate him. I think he is a great player. But how great are you if you can't, will your team to a rank position? It's like, I believe it was Nerlens Noel. That was the last person that they were really hyping up. Great player. They were really hyping up, but he couldn't get Kentucky having a winning record. I believe they went to the NIT that year. Yep. So, player of the year now.
Yeah, and then on that situation, not only that, but it's Kentucky, so he's got talent around him. So, yeah, it's kind of a similar situation.
And it blows my mind that he chose LSU. Ben Simmons, he chose LSU. He
knew the assistant coach.
Is that what it
Through
was?
his dad, yes. They played professionally together.
Now, do you know where he's from? I can look it up.
He's from Australia,
Okay.
down under.
Yeah, okay.
They kind of got a tennis thing going on, if anyone's been paying attention. Chris Fowler's overseas. Listen to this. Chris Fowler is over there covering this. Also is going to, I was watching the other night, he's going and watching these punters. Because that's where they work on there's this one coach, and that's all he does is train kickers down there. And that's where these colleges are going to get punters and kickers from now, is down here, because that's all they work on.
Didn't know that.
Rugby.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought?
One thing I want to say about Ben Simmons is from Australia, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it really interesting and just cool to see how basketball has really grown as a sport over the years?
It's a worldwide sport.
I mean, we've got, we've always had, foreign players, but Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. You've got Andrew Wiggins from Canada. Another pick, I don't remember who. Anthony Bennett was from Canada, but, he's not very good. Is he even in the NBA anymore?
Who?
Anthony Bennett.
He was on Minnesota, wasn't he?
He got cut.
Yeah, he got cut probably.
Well, anyway, but
great draft pick though by Cleveland.
Number
one overall.
You see all these talents, these top draft picks, and these guys come from all over the world, and it's just really cool to see the growth of the sport worldwide.
Well, someone point out, I made the comment about number one overall in Bennett. This is gonna be the first time in the Super Bowl that a number one draft pick is taking on a number one draft pick. If you think about it, and I was sitting there like, wow, we really need to reevaluate our drafting. But then I thought about it. It's been because Brady's been in half the Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point about the Super Bowl.
But we will take a quick break. It's 12:31. When we come back, it is going to be what's trending, or what are you calling it now? Give them a little
I'm
peek.
calling it What's Going On.
Oh, okay. You're going to want to be back. You're listening to The Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. And welcome back to The Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. It's time to jump into Ike's new segment. What's going on? Go ahead.
What's going on?
Ooh, okay. We're going to have to get the licensing deal for that one. What's going on, Ike?
What's going on in the world today is, let's see. Oh, you brought it up. The Carolina Panthers general manager.
You're stealing it. That was my props, but go ahead, steal it.
I'm sorry. The Carolina general manager decides he wants to pay for all of his guys to go
Pay for his whole staff.
Yeah.
All his employees, taking them Super Bowl 50.
Yep. I think that's
awesome.
That's incredible. Gosh,
can you just imagine?
I'm not gonna pick who I want to win the Super Bowl. I promise you. But that's something that.
Thank you. You're not going to be here Wednesday anyway.
Yeah, real subtle.
Yeah, nice job. Brad won't either. Thanks, guys.
And think about
it's
how much
signing day too. Having a signing day show all by myself.
Well, it's like we said. At the end of the day, it's the Matt Wallen Show, and you don't
with
even
the real deals.
You didn't even say the real deal. You've not seen the real
this
deal
is the Matt Wallen Show with the real deals. Because when we talk about tennis in a second, y'all aren't going to have a clue.
That's not
one
true.
Clue.
I used to play tennis sometimes. Yeah, on video game consoles.
Yeah, on Wii. We've all played tennis on the Wii.
But I have some interesting things that I can bring from that, right?
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Some
nice
of my best
backhand,
friends
right?
play tennis. Oh yeah. Yeah. What was I going to say? You got me so off track on this tennis thing, man. Oh,
okay.
Gosh.
Well, another one of the things I saw, mammoth bones found at Oregon State. Did y'all see this?
What was it? What was it?
What was it? They were doing construction of the stadium, and they believe they have found mammoth bones.
That's weird.
From the Ice Age.
I know, that's weird.
Like, wow.
But they were just doing construction, and they just found these huge bones.
They're dating back.
On Yahoo. Yeah, and I was
they're looking at this, and they're going to let their students go on like a little archaeologist adventure on them, I guess. Yes.
That's cool.
They're going to have a professor check it out first, but then the students get to go to the scene, analyze it, I guess, and go to work or whatever archaeologists do.
Well, and then you sell them to a museum or something and use some of that money to pay for the construction, so it's a win-win.
Win-win. And they're just hoping, though, that this will give a better win record at home than it did last year, as they were 2-4 at home, 2-10 on the season. Rough season for Oregon State.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I got another one. Kobe Bryant, did you see him make the rookie? I don't know who the rookie was. The rookie for the Lakers get up and sit on the floor so that he can have a seat on the pitch. Like, it was really, like, weird. He was just like, come on. Like, he knew that he should just go ahead and get up and let Kobe sit down. It was like he was a coach or something, you know? That's how much power Kobe has. It was hilarious. It's a little Vine that you can find probably on social media or something, but it's hilarious.
Next one, Steeler fan pranks friend by listing home asking price 2 Super Bowl tickets. Would you sell your house for 2 Super Bowl tickets?
No, I think the best seat in the house is at home on the big screen, so definitely not. I mean, even if my team was in it, which, let's be real, my team is not going to be in it for a long time.
Hey, y'all could draft Henry. Trade up, draft Henry.
We'll see. But anyway, no,
Find
long
a
story short, I
quarterback
would
that
not
actually
do it.
works.
Yeah.
It's not injured. Or a backup quarterback that actually works. Ike, would you trade your house for 2 Super Bowl tickets? It also includes airfare.
To see Cam Newton, yes, I would. But I'm not gonna. Pick.
But I'm not gonna pick. But I'm not gonna pick who I'm taking. Man, I can't wait to figure out who you're picking.
So mysterious.
So mysterious. Also, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon jabbed at Tom Brady after the AFC Championship loss. How do you like these lines? Let's see what we got here. Tough day for Tom Brady. He's seen here trying to cheer up by feeling how fabulous his bone structure is. That was by Colbert. And then, let's see. Colbert. My bad. There's a T at the end.
But it's Francais.
Oh, yeah, well. I'll keep my opinions to myself on that.
Hey, no.
Okay, Fallon's. Brady was hit so hard, a kid in the stands actually caught one of his Uggs.
That's
good or Brad?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, I like it. Okay, Super Bowl commercials for 2016. That's everyone's favorite part of the Super Bowl anyway. No one cares that Carolina's playing, do they, Ike?
I don't care about football. I'm just watching the commercials. No. I watch the football game. Like, the commercials is like the dessert, basically, you know? Actually, the halftime show is the dessert.
Okay.
Coldplay, I believe, right?
That's what you're... Yeah.
Yeah, Coldplay is playing.
Is that what you're...
I mean, I like them. I like Coldplay. It's cool. But I also heard that Beyonce is going to be rumored to come out and sing with them at the halftime show. So that'd be cool. But
who are you looking more forward to seeing, Coldplay or Beyonce?
Oh, the Queen Bee, man.
Queen Bee?
Queen Bee.
You're not over there secretly hoping for a Janet Jackson thing to happen, are you?
No. But Queen Bee, yeah.
Queen Bee? Okay.
Bee. I love her. I love her to death. But, yeah, I'm also ready to see the commercials, because I laugh. But, no, I'm ready to see Cam Newton and Peyton play. But I'm not going to tell you who I want to win.
And Peyton. I guess I'll talk about Peyton. And hopefully, I've been a little underwhelmed by the commercials the last couple of years. So hopefully,
you haven't even liked the Doritos ones. Everyone's
those are good, but the rest of them, like, I'm used to just being, that's hilarious. But a lot of them have been pretty underwhelming the last.
You
couple
want
years.
Hilarious? Then you might like the Bud Light one, because the Bud Light one this year is featuring Amy Schumer and Seth Rogen.
Could be interesting.
That could be interesting. Interesting way to go. Also, Pokemon is having one to celebrate its 20th anniversary.
Okay, you know what? I'm excited about that. Okay,
Why?
I'll admit, because I mean that was my childhood, dude.
That sums up
sitting in the back
childhood.
seat, just playing away. You know?
On your Game Boy?
Oh yeah, just all day.
Did you
every
collect
day.
the cards?
I used to a little, but I used to have two Game Boys and like trade with myself, because you could only get certain. I didn't have any friends, so I had to trade with myself, and you couldn't get all the monsters on one game. You get on the other one, so you had to get all the games and just that's what I did. Good times.
CBS will record $377 million from ad spending. Crazy.
I got something else.
What else you got?
Greg Popovich named Western All-Star coach.
Okay. Interesting.
About that?
Isn't that because they can't use the same coach or same team twice in a row?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
But couldn't you do Luke Walton?
that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what the problem was.
Oh,
I
this
would have
is
chose
gonna-
Luke. I just
We're going to
choose
go for
him.
the next 17 minutes
I'm
talking
sorry.
about how.
I'm not.
No, but
Popovich. Okay.
Popovich deserves it.
Yeah,
But
I
let
mean,
me say
but
this.
Luke does
I give it to
too.
Walton first.
Yeah. It's sentimental, man.
Sentimental.
You see what he did the first half of the season? That was awesome.
Hey. Does Walton get a head coaching job at the end of the year?
Does he want a head coaching job?
That's the other thing. Does he want it?
Yeah, and then too, other teams might be like, well, we thought Alvin Gentry would do better, and then the Pelicans are awful, so maybe the Warriors' assistants aren't as good as we think. Maybe it's just the players.
Yeah, I that's what I'm thinking. I agree with you, Ike. Why would you leave? And then I agree with you, Brad. There might not be as good. I mean, when you have Steph Curry, the Splash Brothers just going at it.
Draymond.
Yeah.
I don't know. We shall see.
Why would you leave?
We shall see.
We shall see. Let's see. Third and final thing on what's trending or what's going on.
What is going on?
Fans can stay in a Bay Area treehouse during the Super Bowl week for $4.95 a night.
How much?
$495 a night to stay in a treehouse.
So $500 to stay in it. No, I'm not doing that. What? Yeah, exactly. Why do we want to do that? Okay, explain it one more time. Because I guess I'm not understanding. Like,
you are going to spend the night in a house,
a tree house
that is built in a tree. I'm looking at the picture of it right now. It does have kind of a porch, but that does not look like that big of a house. I no chance.
$4.95 a person, or just for the treehouse itself?
For the treehouse itself.
I'm still gonna pass.
You're still gonna pass?
Yeah, I'll pass.
What is this for? Is it for a charity?
No. This is for a place to stay in San Francisco for Super Bowl week.
Oh, okay. Instead of like a hotel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not doing it. Why would I stay in a treehouse?
It's all now cluing in for Ike.
Yes. No, I'm not staying in a treehouse. What is that about?
What Ike is saying is, oh, what a cool idea. Well, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I get it. Some people probably would.
What happens if Coldplay and B were in the treehouse?
Yeah, but
Would $4.95 be worth it then?
I promise you, people who do stay in the treehouse will be famous. Though we're gonna know who they are. Camera crew, live crew there, probably.
Hey, it's only a 15-minute drive to the stadium.
But does that account for traffic? Because that traffic's
the traffic's going to be bad.
And is the treehouse, like, in someone's backyard? Or is it just in a random woody area of San Francisco?
It's kind of shady.
Because I'm not trying to stay in somebody's backyard.
Okay.
Well, then you're not trying to stay in. You're not trying to stay in public either. Because I mean, who knows who might mess with you? Like, oh, these people can afford to pay $500 to stay in a treehouse. They probably got lots of nice stuff and money. And is there going to be some kind of security or something? Like, you're outside. You're not inside a locked door, like safe or something.
It accommodates
interesting.
just two. No children are allowed, but past guests have raved about it. Listen to this. Here's where it's located. Our little treehouse offers the best of both worlds, securely nestled above it all in a quiet urban forest canyon with a beautiful view of the bay, 15 minutes to San Francisco, close to SFO and Trey Station, an easy scenic drive to the Pacific Ocean and Silicon Valley. You tell me you don't want to go stay in this treehouse?
No.
With that type of marketing.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Now I do.
Oh, well, it is 12:47. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show. Stay with us on 99.3 U Central Radio. And we're back. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. Time to talk a little UCO sports right now. It has just came out. Tennis, once again, guys. We said we talk about it. They're kind of a little gloom now. What are they going to talk about? Although Brad feels his extreme knowledge of playing Wii tennis is going to save him right here.
Yeah, I know all about serving and slices.
Slices.
Right?
Yeah.
Slices.
Can you put spin on the ball?
Yeah, no. But I can get it when you serve it, I can get it in that little square that you're supposed to.
I can't even pull that off.
It's hard. I have to go real slow, right? and it's easy to return, but I can do it. But it can be done. I'm telling you right now, it can be done. But you got slices, and you got the other one that I can't remember right now. But
spin, slice.
Oh gosh, what is it called? Anyway, yeah.
Someone called Chris Fowler up. He's only down under and probably asleep right now, but we could figure it out. Let's see. But where we are going with this, and tennis-wise, UCO Tennis is going to host a Division II Central Region next year. It's pretty cool. Hosting a regional here.
Well, and what a lot of people don't realize is tennis actually is pretty fun to watch.
It is.
It's just watching a duel,
Did you know it is the second most popular betting sporting event?
I had no idea.
I did not know that either.
What's the most popular?
That I have no idea. I need to look that up as well. We'll figure it out. We'll look it up. We'll get it to you before the end of the show.
I would guess college football, but we'll see.
You think college football? I say professional football. It's probably a football.
Nah, not boxing. I was gonna say boxing, but nah, not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. Not anymore.
Not more.
Where's all that money come from? That
you think UFC maybe?
I don't know if that has a big enough reach. I don't.
Reach?
You either love UFC or you don't. But anybody can get into college football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I guess we'll see in a little bit.
Baseball, betting on baseball. Pete Rose. Yeah, won't be in the Hall of Fame now. Let's see what else is happening. The men's basketball team, they've won 2 straight, trying to come back. They're still 1 game under 500 in conference play, but they're getting better. 1-2 straight. They are, I believe, 10-9 on the season. Pulling it up right now. Yes, they are 10-9 on the season. They are 6-7 conference play. 1-2 straight. Can they turn around and find a way to get going this season?
Well, you just got to build off of what you're doing positively. You look at the 2 wins and you see, okay, what do we do well here? Why do we get these wins? Let's try to continue that and build on that. If we're playing defense well, it's because we're giving the effort. Everybody's doing their assignments well. Okay, so let's just keep building on that, keep improving our communication, and just try to extend this streak into a season-long run and make things more successful, more positive.
Ike, what do you say?
Same thing he said, effort on the defensive side. If you can play good defense, how can you lose? That's the problem with the Thunder right now. Just they can score a little bit better, but just got to put in effort.
Defense wins championships, right?
Oh, wow.
Right.
You just pulled that one out of nowhere.
I did.
Okay, also, if you look at the women's right now, the women are 13-6, 7-6 in conference play. So all 6 losses have come in conference play. Is it just how tough the MIA is? Because we've been hearing that for a while, how tough this conference is. That's why UCO joined it.
Yeah, I think it definitely is a tough conference. But you learn from those experiences, you get better, and you see. You look at your schedule and you say, okay, well, if this team is like another one we played, we can learn from our mistakes and hopefully come up with a different outcome this time.
The Broncos' next home game will be tomorrow at Hamilton, 5:30, as they take on Lindenwood, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go with Lindenwood. Actually, let me look right here. Yeah, no, I stand corrected. Lincoln University, then Lindenwood, and then Northeastern State. Girls play at 5:30, and then the guys shortly after. Guys, before we jump to the next segment real quick, Brad, what's coming out on the Vista Sports Stories? What we got?
Well, next week we're going to have our Super Bowl staff picks. I'm putting that together right now. We've got our predictions coming, who we think is going to win MVP, what we think is going to be the score, so that'll be fun. That'll be interesting.
I just have an idea where Ike's going with all this over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to write about. I don't think I'm going to write at all. How about that? Huh? I don't know. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? I don't know.
Who am I going to put for MVP? I don't know.
Hey,
Let me just take a quick second and
to watch commercials and Coldplay.
And Beyonce.
And another thing I'll say is we have a lot of writers this semester who are working really hard and doing a great job so far. I mean, it's still early, but they've got a lot of good stories coming up. So make sure to check the Vista and ucentralmedia.com. We should have a really good flow of stories this semester.
Y'all did a great story last semester on what was the wrestling team.
Yeah. Yeah, the wrestling team, and we're going to have more coverage on them. They've got some duels that they've just had and that they've got coming up. So
they play OC, the number 3rd ranked team in the country.
Yes, sir. So
Should
stay
be a good
tuned.
Match.
Yeah.
Also, now that I'm thinking about it, you're making your plug. Be sure to check out our social media page for the Matt Wallen Show at _MW_show. Also, our blog, themattwallenshow.blogspot.com, and that is where you can find the show if you don't listen to it. Also, we'll give shout-outs and all that to these guys and all the work they do, because the real deal's over there. I can brag. They are the real brains behind the show. They get everything done. They're over here. They text me. We were so happy. Show 1, the amount of people that tuned in and listened to it on the blog, I was happy about it. And
Absolutely.
I get a response back from Ike saying, and the show is now known as The Real Deals featuring Matt Wallen. Thank you, Ike.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, but before we go, guys, Golden State San Antonio. We kind of talked about it, promoted it. I won't say promote it. We previewed it on Monday. It didn't live up to the hype, though.
Yeah, even though I picked Golden State, it did not. I don't want to, pat myself on the back or anything, but
yeah, okay.
So I messed up.
A real tough pick. I mean,
he's not picking a team.
They're only
either,
35-3 or whatever. I mean, real tough pick, but yeah, it's only one game if you're the Spurs. I mean, I still think. I mean, I said the other day too. I think the Spurs won the championship, so that kind of took a hit with them getting beat by 30 points or whatever it was. So. I still think a 7-game series is going to be close between those two for the Western Conference, but we'll see. Do they play each other anymore this season in the regular season?
That's a great question.
They're supposed to.
They should.
Yeah,
this is only the first time they've met all season.
Yeah, so
because the question was, how do you let Golden State go this far without playing either San Antonio or OKC?
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they should have, I guess, a game in San Antonio. So. It'll be fun to tune into that one. That'll be probably after the trade deadline too, so you see, if they made any moves, if it changes things, the outlook for them.
Yeah, well, I can't see San Antonio making any moves. That's not really their forte at all.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed was the frustration of Kawhi. I was hyping him up last show.
You were.
He was frustrated. I saw it, and he's really that guy who shows no emotion, but they got under his skin, and that's something that he needs to get. He needs to be challenged to see how great of a player he is, because he is a great player.
He only attempted 6 shots.
Yeah.
Well, and you look at Kawhi Leonard. The reason he's so awesome is he just has that work ethic. He's going to watch film and he's going to get better from this experience. They say you learn more from losing than you do from winning. So he can, if he takes this as a learning experience and takes something of value from it, then the Spurs will be that much better for it.
Do they have anyone that can guard Seth Curry, though? Steph Curry.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, Kawhi. I totally believe. I totally believe, if they need to, if they really do need to, they'll put Kawhi Leonard on him. Absolutely.
Okay. Because I watched Patty Mills run around and could not guard Curry one bit.
Yeah, they don't have anybody at point guard who can stick with Curry. That's why you might give the edge to the Thunder. That Westbrook can at least athletically hang with Curry. But Parker, he's older, and he's never been a great defender, right? You got Ginobili, who's older.
Let's think about it this way then, though, because we jumped on the Thunder at the beginning of the show about their defense. But do you really think they can guard Golden State?
No, I really don't.
I was about to say, rethink what you say. We are on radio, and FCC will get us.
Here's the thing. Westbrook can stick with Curry, right? But then who's going to guard Thompson? I mean, Durant, but then it's just a never-ending problem. Okay, we put this guy on this guy, then this guy's going to go off, I don't think they have the horses to stick with him.
My only thing I could think of is if Roberson is back fully healthy.
Okay, but let's see.
But then that takes an offensive weapon away from me.
Russell,
I think Golden State wins. Don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah. But this is where I'm looking at it. Russell guards Steph. You want Roberson to guard Clay? Who would Kevin guard? Barnes or Draymond? You know what I mean? Because Barnes can go off at any time. Who's going to come off the bench and help guard Andre Iguodala? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If they can't lock down these Eastern teams that shouldn't be really putting up these points on us, man, when they get to Golden State,
they're going to try to come to play, but the question is, can they defensively stop them? Because no one's really been able to.
No. And I thought we were going to see the Spurs, kind of say, look, so I don't know.
What'd you think about Pop's comments afterwards, though?
I didn't. What did he say? I didn't.
You and I talked about this.
I didn't even notice it until you brought it up. No. I was just like, when I heard it, I was like, why would they fire him?
Why would they fire
never
Pop?
Fire Pop.
But the comment he made was, If he said, "I'm glad my GM wasn't in there after the game, I might have been fired." Kind of a stab at Cleveland, firing Black.
Yes, that's perfect. And when he says the GM, is he kind of saying LeBron is the GM in Cleveland?
Ooh.
I mean, think about that. Because he's
I
saying
didn't think about
he's
that.
not in the locker room, right? But LeBron's in the locker room, right?
Well, yeah.
So he's saying at least my GM's not in there, like probably talking about the locker room, like one of his players is the GM. That's what I get from it. So that's pretty funny.
I mean, technically, he can't be a GM because he's the king of Cleveland.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the king of Cleveland.
You don't want to demote yourself.
Yeah, that'll be demoted. Yeah.
Okay. We'll put it this way. If the governor of Cleveland, Kasich, or governor of Ohio, Kasich, needs to get a pardon, does he go to LeBron James or does he do it himself?
You have to go to LeBron James.
LeBron James has that much
power. A couple of years ago, everybody in America would have to go to LeBron James.
Okay. Well, that's the show. Any final thoughts, guys?
We got to give our props, right?
Oh, props. Yeah, props real quick.
Okay, props to Derek Fisher doing his old Thunder buddies a favor by posting up Aaron Aflalo 15 straight times, giving his old Thunder friends a chance to climb back in the game. Thanks, Derek. Always one of my favorite Thunder bench players.
He's still over there standing in the corner shooting the three.
Props to Buddy Hield last night. I mean, he's still going strong, and hopefully we could get a good win over LSU and Ben Simmons this weekend. So
I like how he won't tell us who he's picking, but every time he refers to you, he refers to them as we.
Oh no, I didn't say we, did I?
Yeah, you every time today. Every day.
We as a family of Oklahoma. I'll say we with UCO, Oklahoma State, Tulsa, anybody.
See, that's acceptable.
That's acceptable.
we
can,
as
we can live
Okies.
that. My props once again
We got to stick together, you know.
goes to the Carolina owner for buying all his employees tickets to Super Bowl 50. Props to y'all. Props to y'all at home listening to us. Once again, you can check us out on our blog, themattwallenshow.blogspot.com, and please follow us on Twitter at, I got to think what it is, _MW_show. Also, we're going to have a poll question. I forgot all about this. Poll question, guys. What commercial are you most looking forward to for the Super Bowl? That question will be up later today along with this show. Let us know. You can vote on it all the way up to Wednesday's show, which these two, the real deals, are too real deal to show up. But thank you for listening to the Matt Wallen Show. It is 102 on 99.3 U Central Radio.
KZUC LP Edmond.
Your station, 99.3.
Celebrating 125 years of excellence at UCO.
You play the best music.
Can't get it anywhere else.
UCO's best mix.
U Central Radio.